Hey everyone, it's Mrs. C from Math Defined. Today we're tackling an important skill, converting between fractions, decimals, and percents. We'll use this model to help us visualize the fraction, decimal number, and percent that it represents. This grid has 100 squares with 8 of them shaded. The fraction used to represent this is 8 over 100. The decimal used to represent this model is 8 hundredths. Now let's break down this word percent. Per means 1 and cent means 100. So a percent is some number out of 100. Since 8 squares out of 100 are shaded, the percent is 8%. But we don't always have models to look at, so we need to know a mathematical way to convert between fractions, decimals, and percent. Let's focus on that next. We'll convert these 3 percents to decimals. We'll follow 2 simple steps. Remove the percent symbol and then divide by 100 by moving the decimal point 2 places to the left. Let's begin with 26%. We'll remove the percent symbol and place a decimal point to the right of the 6 in the ones place. Then we'll move the decimal point 2 places to the left. So 26% written as a decimal is 0.26. The next percent has a decimal point in it already, 44.7%. Don't worry, we follow the same 2 steps. Remove the percent symbol and then move the decimal point 2 places to the left. So 44.7% converted to a decimal is 0.447. The last percent has a repeating decimal in it, but again, no worries, we just continue following the same 2 steps. Remove the percent symbol, but keeping the repeating decimal. Then we move the decimal point 2 places to the left. So 49.92 repeating percent written as a decimal is 0.4992 with the 92 repeating. Now let's convert these percents into fractions. This conversion also has 2 simple steps. First, remove the percent symbol and then write the percent as a fraction with a denominator of 100. We'll begin with 55% by removing the percent symbol and then write the fraction 55 over 100. We can simplify this fraction by dividing both the numerator and the denominator by 5. 55 divided by 5 is 11, and 100 divided by 5 is 20. So 55% written as a fraction is 11/20. Now let's look at 44.7% again. We wrote it before as a decimal, but now let's write it as a fraction. We'll follow the same 2 steps. Remove the percent symbol and then write it as a fraction with a denominator of 100. 44.7 over 100. We can't leave a decimal point in any part of a fraction, so we'll need to get rid of it by multiplying the numerator and the denominator by 10. 44.7 times 10 is 447, and 100 times 10 is 1,000. So 44.7% written as a fraction is 447 over 1,000. The last percent is 123%. We'll remove the percent symbol and write it as a fraction with a denominator of 100. We can simplify this improper fraction by dividing 100 into 123. 1 time with 23 left over. So 123% written as a simplified fraction is 1 23 hundredths. Now let's convert decimals to percents. Again, this conversion also has 2 simple steps. Move the decimal point 2 places to the right and then add the percent symbol. We'll start with the decimal number 0.041. We'll move the decimal point 2 places to the right, which gives us 4.1. These 2 zeros in front of the number we do not need. The second step is to add the percent symbol, and we're done. So 0.041 as a percent is 4.1%. Pretty easy. Let's look at this next decimal number, 0.3 repeating. We'll move the decimal point 2 places to the right, but we are not going to fill the empty space with a 0. We need to fill it with a 3 instead, because the 3 is repeating. And let's go ahead and place another 3 to the right of the decimal point as well. Now we can add the percent symbol. And 0.3 repeating as a percent is 33.3 repeating percent. The last decimal number is 3.554. I'm sure you can do this on your own now, but let's review the steps one more time. Move the decimal point 2 places to the right to get 355.4. Then add the percent symbol. And 3.554 as a percent is 355.4%. Now let's convert a fraction to a percent. There are 2 strategies that you can choose from. The first strategy is to write an equivalent fraction with a denominator of 100. The numerator is the percent. This strategy works best when the denominators are factors of 100. We'll use this strategy for the first 2 fractions, starting with 3/4. 4 times 25 is 100, so we'll multiply 3 times 25 to get 75. The numerator is the percent, so 3/4 as a percent is 75%. Now 12/5. 5 times 20 is 100, so we'll multiply 12 times 20 to get 240. The numerator is the percent, so 12/5 as a percent is 240%. The denominators of these last 2 fractions are not factors of 100, so we need to use a different strategy. We'll divide the numerator by the denominator and then move the decimal point 2 places to the right. 7 divided by 8 is 0.875. Then we'll move the decimal point 2 places to the right to get 87.5. So 7/8 as a percent is 87.5%. Our last fraction, 2/3, is a little tricky. We'll divide 2 by 3, but instead of a decimal number that ends, this time the decimal number is repeating, 0.66 repeating. No problem. We still follow the next step, which is to move the decimal point 2 places to the right, and we'll need to add another 6 after the decimal point because it is repeating. So 2/3 as a percent is 66.6 repeating percent. Let's wrap things up with a quick recap so all these steps stick. To convert a percent to a decimal, divide by 100 by moving the decimal point 2 places to the left. To change a percent to a fraction, write it as a fraction with a denominator of 100. Changing a decimal to percent is easy. You just move the decimal point 2 places to the right. And finally, converting a fraction to a percent, you have 2 options. You can use an equivalent fraction with a denominator of 100, or you can divide the numerator by the denominator and then move the decimal point 2 places to the right. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you out. And until next time, keep math awesome.